One day we may honour towns created in the 20th century as we now honour Lavenham and Long Melford. For the time being, there is no contest. They both embody the informal yet graceful development of 16th and 17th century England. They were not planned, growing up round medieval streets as and when building was needed. Yet today they seem all of a piece. Once among the richest towns in Europe, their churches reflected that wealth. Long Melford was blessed with 3 wool tycoons, the Cloptons of Kentwell, the Cordells of Melford Hall, and the Martins of Melford Place. All left their mark on a church which is a treasure house of English medieval art. Of a former church on the site, only the nave arcades survive, with piers and capitals of the 14th century. The remainder was rebuilt circa 1490 under the ascendancy of John Clopton, the arcades being extended to 9 bays. Clopton generosity is recalled throughout the church, with 32 members of the family honoured in the north aisle donors' windows. Other names associated with the building include Loveday, Boteler, Smith, Hill, Martin, and as one inscription relates, all the well-disposed men of this town. These donors so dominate the Melford story that we can never escape them. Like its Cotswold contemporaries, Long Melford is almost all late perpendicular, its excitement deriving from contents more than architecture. Nothing at Long Melford is hidden under a bushel. The exterior is stretched out on a rise at the edge of the town, a giant of flushwork, flint and glass. Tudor almshouses frame the churchyard approach. The original tower was destroyed by lightning, replaced in the 18th century and further encased in flint in 1903. The chancel displays a single lofty window embracing the clerestory, reminiscent of a Tudor banqueting hall. The Lady Chapel has steeply pitched roofs ending in 3 gables. It is the only chapel of such ambition attached to an English parish church, though Burford in Oxfordshire is similar, and is surrounded by a sunny ambulatory. The interior is best appreciated by moving clockwise round the church from the north aisle. The surviving north window glass records a plutocracy that must have deterred even the most determined iconoclast. Second from the left is the Alice in Wonderland glass of Elizabeth Talbot, said to have inspired John Tenniel's drawings for Lewis Carroll. Next to it is a glass of 3 rabbits sharing 3 ears, representing the Trinity. The remainder of the north aisle is a roll call of kneeling donors and associated saints and heraldry, God and Mammon in magnificent unison. At the end of this aisle is the Kentwell Chapel. Here, Sir William Clopton, who died in 1446, father of John, rests in prayer and calm serenity. Next door is an alabaster relief of the Adoration fixed to the wall, presumably recovered from a ruined reredos. This is the Clopton corner. Family brasses litter the floor. In the east wall is a double squint, cutting through both chapel and chantry wall for a glimpse of the high altar. A passage now leads east through a tiny priest's alcove containing a fireplace and its own miniature fan vault into John Clopton's private chantry. The Clopton chantry contrasts with the rest of the church. It is a small chapel with a continuous frieze of saints in niches, with, round the cornice, John Lydgate's Vine of Life poem in the form of a scroll. The tomb of John Clopton, who died in 1497, stands in the wall between the chantry and the main chancel. It has no effigies, but the vault of the canopy has faded portraits of him and his wife and a well-preserved Christ, apparently walking with a flowing cloak. The chapel east window contains an exquisite and now rare lily crucifix, depicting Christ on the leaves of a lily against a sky blue background. See God's Hill on the Isle of Wight and Abingdon in Oxfordshire. The clear glass round it reveals a holly bush outside. This chapel would once have been a blaze of colour. We now enter the chancel and encounter the Cordell family and the Renaissance. Clopton was a merchant prince of the early Tudor period. Sir William Cordell, who died in 1580, was a new man, a lawyer courtier to the Elizabethans. He was a judge and Speaker of the House of Commons. His entertainment of Elizabeth I at Melford Hall set a standard for extravagance that ruined numerous courtiers. The century dividing Cordell's tomb from Clopton's could hardly be wider. Cordell may still lie in medieval armour with his hands in prayer, but above him rise the columns, coffered arches, and cardinal virtues of classicism. Justice, prudence, temperance, and fortitude watch over him in Roman dress. Balancing the Clopton Chapel on the south side of the chancel is the Martin Chapel, notable for early family brasses. From here, we reach the separate Lady Chapel. The building was used as a school after the Reformation, and a multiplication table is preserved on the east wall. The chapel has the unusual form of a central sanctuary surrounded on four sides by an ambulatory. It is a happy, light-filled place with an old clock on the wall. Today it must be Britain's grandest Sunday school. The verges outside are lined in summer with hollyhocks, dancing attendants on well-clipped ewes.